Hello, hello everyone. Welcome back. Magical Chronicles here. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. All right, so you know how I do it. Venus sign of all the zodiacs. It's all about your abundance, and I'm going to look at whatever comes up, whether it's wealth, money, relationships, love, romance, travel, self-care, anything that's going to get you a little closer to your abundance. So for those of you who've been tuning in, this is the summer edition, and I'm just checking around and trying to see exactly what you need to focus on right now towards the end of summer. All right, Venus sign of Virgo, your pre-meditation pretty much spoke a lot about you wanting, let me just put it this way, sex. Now, I get this from both singles and couples. The thing is, those of you who are single, I feel as though some of you just came out of a relationship and you walked away from something because you felt like you deserved more. And even though it was like, things were great, I get this feeling like you were secure, as in money-wise, but you knew something wasn't right and you knew that there was more to a relationship than what you were getting. Now, I know some of you are just kind of feeling like, oh my God, I'm feeling lonely. And that's what's been coming up, is that you just want to feel loved. You want to feel wanted. So let's go right into it. I did a pre-shuffle and I got a whole bunch of cards that came out. So I'm going to go ahead and go through all of them because I wasn't expecting so many cards to follow. But you know what? You need this. All right. So Venus sign of Virgo. So like I said, some of you just got out of a relationship and you needed to do that. And it was actually the perfect time. Like, you knew that it was the right time to end things. And right now what's happening is that you are hoping to meet someone new or at least have some fun. I see some of you starting to get back out there into the dating world, signing up on dating apps, getting out there and meeting more people, just kind of putting your feelers out there. But I do feel as though you probably are not going to find the person that you may be looking for, not for another few weeks. And the reason for this is because I still feel as though you're getting over the ex. So there's still that energy right there that may actually stop you from finding the next person, or at least finding the right person that you want to date. Now, I do feel as though those of you who are in relationships are going to have to come to some sort of compromise right now. I don't know if you're in a situation where the living situation isn't the best, or maybe you all are kind of getting to know each other's habits. I don't know if you're newlyweds, but I feel as though you're going to be doing some compromising, and there's going to be a lot of discussions that you're going to have it, specifically in terms of how you each expect the other person to be living with each other, especially those of you who are married and you didn't live with your partner before, and maybe you're really like finding out new things about them. Definitely you're going to have to do a little bit of a compromise. All right, so as you know, we just ended the Lionsgate portal, but I do feel as though a lot of you who are Venus sign of Virgo definitely were receiving a lot of downloads, like you, specifically regarding your love life. You definitely felt as though there was so much more that you deserved. And the honest truth is, you got so much information coming. It was like all this truth was coming in. Like, you saw things that you didn't see before. All of a sudden you started to understand things a little bit differently. You even started to understand yourself a little bit more. And it got to the point where you were receiving downloads, or like those of you who are very heavy into the meditation, once you started realigning yourself within your practice, whatever it is that you practice, you started to see that the relationship just wasn't enough for you. So good for you for moving on, and good for you for following your intuition. So also, you got daydream. So right now, it's about you really focusing on what it is you really want, and really just putting your mind out there and remembering exactly what you want in your day-to-day activities. And this doesn't matter if it's for a relationship, or if it's for, maybe your career, or maybe even if it's just for your own self-help. But definitely daydreaming will kind of align you into the pathway of exactly what it is that you're looking for. So definitely just pay attention to like any feelings or visions or thoughts, or maybe even conversations that you have with people on a day-to-day basis. You'll start to feel like things will start to align themselves and connect, and then you'll be like, oh my God, like this just makes perfect sense, right? So this is you right now starting to daydream and really opening up your creativity. Okay, so I went ahead and I had already shuffled the abundance deck, and you definitely got, I wanted to shuffle again because the angels were telling me, but the first two cards that you got were about attracting, not chasing. So this is definitely for you who is looking for a new relationship right now. Definitely do not chase after a new relationship. Just attract, like I said, putting it out there in the universe, daydreaming, really focusing on what it is that you want. And you will find that if you, I would say, put the energy out there of attracting, you're definitely going to pull in the right energy for you. So instead of trying to be, I don't want to say coming across as needy or coming across as desperate. Definitely don't send that. But what you want to do is you just want to be sending out, you know, gratitude and love and welcoming energy and just like a really high vibration energy. And you'll find yourself really attracting that person that you're looking for. Okay. And then also you got cooperation instead of competition. And I really do feel as though this is more for those of you who are in relationships. Remember I was talking about you may have to do a little bit of a compromise. I also feel that this card is about you cooperating with your partner and understanding their needs. Also communicating your needs. Like, don't let it be a competition in your relationship, and don't let it get to a point where you're like, well, you know what, I did this and you didn't. It's just more about you really effectively communicating how you feel, but also just kind of putting it across to your partner so that they understand your needs and the way you want them to be met. But again, also make sure that you're hearing what they expect from you. So it's all about cooperation right now between the two of you, right? So that's the other card. Okay, and the last card you got was about being positivity, faith, and optimism. Now, I really do feel that this is for the Venus sign of Virgo, whether you're single or in a relationship, because I feel as though that once you start to really think positively, you'll start to see the doorways pretty much open up for you. I really do believe that once you align yourself with the universe and you just pretty much say, like, this is what you want, the universe responds to make it happen, right? So right now, like, don't even think negatively. Don't allow any kind of negative energy to pull you down, because that will probably, I don't want to say give you a setback, but it will confuse you in a way, and it will also confuse the universe as to the type of energy that you want to bring. So you just want to go ahead and keep that faith going. Okay, so the next set of cards were, some of you definitely have been thinking about what happened in your past relationship, especially for those of you who just came out of your relationships. So some of you are really thinking about, like, you know, tears of joy and sadness. So it's like you knew you had a good relationship before, but at the same time, you're kind of thinking like, did I make the right decision? That's not really at the forefront, but every now and then you get that niggling feeling of, did I make the right decision? But the honest truth is, you knew it needed to end, and you knew that success was on the other end of you moving away from this relationship. So that's your first card out from this deck. Then the second card was like pretty much the universe was saying, yeah, by you moving on, you're going to find the joy, happiness. You were much more happy actually now that you're single. And it's gotten to the point where you just know that you're going to find the right person. That's not something you have to worry about. Like, you know that person is out there. I know it hurts. I know it sucks. Breakups are hard. But at the end of the day, you also know that, hey, it wasn't for my highest good. All right. Now, some of you definitely need a little bit of clarity right now. This card came out, which means that there's still some thinking of exactly what it is you're looking for in a relationship. So I really do feel as though it's a great time for you to just really focus upon your true heart's desires. Now, not everybody meditates, but if you don't meditate, definitely take some time to do prayer, journaling, maybe even some breath work. Anything like that will help to clear your mind. And this is also for those of you who are in relationships. Now, I definitely feel as though some of you, I pulled from the Hidden Truth Oracle deck, and I got the card that says, I want to feel that way again. And the honest truth, I really do feel like this is more for the singles. And I understand that I would say this is for you, but I also feel as though some of it is for the exes that are just kind of coming in, and it's like they felt like they lost you. And I think the breakup kind of blindsided them, and they want to feel that way again. But the honest truth is that they're just not going to get it with you. Definitely, I don't see any of you reconnecting with an ex. This is more for those of you who are moving on pretty much into like greener pastures. That's the best way to put it. But definitely, you're at that place where you know that there's so much more for you out there. All right, let's go ahead and pull from the romance angels and see what's happening here. So, what is the Venus sign of Virgo? All right, so, ooh, yes. Ooh. Boom. Right there, new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Now, some of you either are already in the dating game, or you know for sure there's a new love coming for you. And I'm glad that that card came up, because I've been feeling like you're going to be meeting somebody very soon. Like I said, remember what I told you earlier, within the next few weeks, this is going to happen. But definitely, I want you to keep an open mind, because just get out there and date. That's the best thing for you. All right, let me see what is Venus and Virgo in couples need to learn and understand for their highest good. Let go of control issues. So those of you who are in your relationships right now, marriage, partnerships, definitely there are, remember I was talking about compromise earlier, and then I was talking about cooperation as well. That is an indication of the things that you need to be focusing on right now. And this is also another card that's saying that there's some situation right now where I don't know if it's you or your partner that you're trying to control everything, but definitely you need to pretty much let the situation unfold naturally and just see where it goes, but also just always speak your truth the best way that you can, and try to hear what the other partner has to say, right? So this is for those of you Venus and Virgo in relationships. All right, so also I got one of the cards earlier from this deck, and definitely the first one came up was, what do you even see in me? Now, I really do feel like those of you who are in your relationships right now, you have a partner who's feeling like this. They feel a little bit small because of the tension between the two of you right now. So that's why they're kind of questioning, like, oh my God, what do you see in me? Like, why did you want to be with me, kind of thing. So just pay attention to that. Also, this is definitely for those of you who are single and in relationships. The more you heal, the deeper my desire grows for you. So for those of you who are going through the motions of the healing, remember some of you definitely were getting those spiritual downloads, especially with the Lionsgate portal that just passed. You're going through a lot of healing right now, and that's great. I see a lot of you kind of moving up, or I would say leveling up, healing, digging deeper as to what it is you want. A lot of you who are also really paying attention to what's going on around you. So you know that doing that actually kind of awakens something inside of you, and you'll find that people are going to respond to you differently, right? So just be aware of that. All right, so I went ahead and did a shuffle for one of the tarot decks, and already so the first card that came up was Judgment. Now, the thing about this card is that I really do feel this is more speaking to those of you who are, I would say, both single and relationships, is because I do feel more so for those of you who are single, this card was really coming out. I know it says Judgment, but I also feel as though some of you kind of were like, you know what? This isn't for me. I need to move on. I deserve better. Like I said, you kind of were like, let's see what else is out there for me. And you just made the moves. Now, the Eight of Cups came up, and I really do believe, remember I was talking earlier about the fact that you walked away from something that was good, but you knew that you would find better. And you were willing to take that chance because you just felt like, you know what? Yeah, I pretty much have everything I could possibly want, or maybe this person is offering me a great life, or they're offering, money or status. But at the end of the day, you realize that something was missing from you, and something deep inside your heart was telling you that you just needed to move on. And this is you moving on. And then, of course, you got the Nine of Cups. And I really do feel like the reason why this then came out was because it was pretty much telling you, yeah, you made the right choice. Yes, there is more to what you were experiencing. And yes, you're going to have more, and you're going to end up finding the person who's going to treat you the right way. And you're going to have a partnership that someone who's going to understand you and is really going to get you, like finishing each other's sentences, understanding each other's thoughts, really not having to force things that you want, you know. It's just a situation of where both of you are just going to really feel each other and understand each other's needs. And I do feel as though even though the last relationship, the person was there for you and they were offering you everything, deep down inside you kind of knew that they didn't quite get you. So this is you knowing that everything's going to be okay. So that right there is the Nine of Cups. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle from this deck and see what else a Venus sign of Virgo needs to learn and understand for the highest good. So we got, oh, beautiful. So we got the Nine of Cups. You got the Nine of Cups twice. So from one deck, you got the Nine of Cups. And then from this deck, you got another Nine of Cups. So it's pretty much reaffirming that everything's going to work out for your highest good. Like pretty much anything that you wish for, or your wishes are going to be fulfilled. Everything that you're asking the universe for is going to come to fruition. And pretty much you're going to find that person. It's like the universe hears you. All right, let's get one more card. What else is Venus going to understand? All right. Ooh, love it, love it, love it. So definitely you've got somebody coming in here who is, I would say they're a leader. Ooh, I love it. Oh my God. So you got somebody who's coming in here who's a leader. Like I said before, who's going to understand you, who's going to take care of you, man or woman, doesn't matter. It's going to be different. It's definitely going to be a different kind of relationship, but it's going to be one where I feel as though there's even a possibility of this person helping you business-wise, or maybe you all end up pretty much once you're together, you end up helping each other business-wise. Definitely with one of the cards here, you got the twin flame, which I love, which means that this is either going to be a twin flame of yours, maybe somebody that you dated in a past life, or it could mean that this is like you deepening your own intuition and deepening your own spirituality, and definitely really and truly understanding who you are. But I get a feeling like it's a bit of both. Like you're going to meet somebody who's your twin flame, but at the same time, you're like really leveling up and really understanding, you know, what you really want out of your own life and what you really want in a relationship, that you've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I need to like get serious. And I know that there are things that I want in a relationship and I expect in a relationship, and you're not going to allow anybody to like, you know, take that away from you, or like, you know, just not pay attention to you. Like you've gone through the bullshit and now you're to the point where you're like, yes, I'm ready to meet that soulmate, that twin flame. And so you got the card right here saying that that is exactly who's coming for you. And like I said before, you got the King of Wands, which tells me that you're going to have somebody who's going to be very much a leader, very much somebody who is going to help you. And like I said, man or woman, but they're definitely going to come for you within the next few weeks. So, Venus sign of Virgo, I hope this is everything that you expected. If there is anything else you'd like to know, please go ahead and message me and let me know. I really enjoyed this reading for you, but definitely get your groove on. All right, so Venus sign of Virgo, thanks for joining me. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.